Uh-oh, we're back, everybody. Degreeless is here to start more internet fights. Hope you brought your downvote button. Thank you so much for chilling with us tonight. I'm your host, the irrepressible Shanghai Pete, 21st century digital boy, stunning and brave culture critic, high-tech lowlife, the last Boy Scout, your good buddy in the mix, and above all else, the people's motherfucking champion. Well, here it is. You've all known it was coming, and I admit it's a bit obligatory at this point, but still, far be it from me to miss out on an opportunity, any opportunity to say, fuck you, Blizzard. So put your lighters up, everybody. We're going deep inside. Now, before we dance the night away with the pretty pesky poltergeist, let's do just a quick recap of the week. And, it was fucking stupid for the most part, as most news outlets were burying themselves in coverage of this Blizzard fiasco. But there are a few things worthy of mention. So first up is the news that the Assassin's Creed director is in charge of the Dead Space remake. Oh boy. In a perfect world, I want a Dead Space remake just as much as anybody else. Problem is that we don't live in a perfect world. We live in a world that's a festering pile of shit. And in a world like that, well, as has been proven time and time again, year after year, we simply cannot have nice things. And this is a great example. The Assassin's Creed director, guys, really? This is who everybody's excited about? Why are people behaving as though this is a win or good news? I mean, what is it precisely that this director brought to the modern Assassin's Creed games that everybody thinks would be so beneficial in Dead Space? The rampant and shameless way they tried to milk players with microtransactions? The XP boosters? Now, I'm not saying the guy will definitely ruin it, obviously, but I am saying it's not a reason for anyone to be excited. If the new Dead Space turns out to be awesome, I'll be scooping the motherfucker up right away, right alongside everybody else. I love Dead Space. But until then, let's rein it in a bit, shall we? And, well, it looks like there's nothing else that's not related to Blizzard that I care about or want to mention, so let's move on. Well, this is familiar, isn't it? Who could have predicted that relying on empty performative gestures to distract the public from the moral perversity and barbarism that define your company's culture wouldn't turn out to be a workable strategy long term, huh? Who could have possibly predicted that? The answer is everybody. Everybody could have predicted that, and many did, including me. And now here it is. Again. I mean, how long have we been screaming from the rooftops about how fucked this godforsaken company has become? I don't know, but long enough for me to be almost tired of it, and getting me to grow tired of talking shit, well, that's truly a feat. Now, in fairness, Blizzard did have some help, though, as this latest lawsuit and allegations are just simply the most recent part of a long and predictable pattern that we've been watching play out across the industry and many others for at least what feels like an eternity. Now, there is a great PC Game article I'll link down below that breaks down just precisely how Blizzard managed to completely annihilate their reputation in barely 3 years. I suggest you check it out for all the details, because I'm not going to be providing that here because I can't be bothered to. But let's be honest, how many of you are surprised by any of this? Y'all shocked? Really? Blizzard has been a shit company for a long time. Many of us have been saying it, and this is, I mean, it's just more proof. This is a story that you've all heard 1,000 times, sadly, probably literally also, and will likely continue hearing for as long as entrenched power structures reward psychopathy and generally morally bankrupt behavior. And I guess while I didn't expect this kind of division in the response to it, I probably should have, or rather I didn't expect it to be as large as it apparently is. So regrettably, we're going to need to address that first, albeit briefly. Seems that some people, I can't believe it, but some people are actually trying to defend Blizzard. It's fucking insane. Now, providing you're a reasonably well-adjusted, empathetic human being, you don't need me to hold your hand or walk you through all the moral dot connecting to understand why this story is horrifying and profoundly disturbing. And if ever the time comes when a story of systematic abuse and willful mistreatment of innocent people fails to move you, or worse yet, causes you to leap to the defense of the abusers, well, you're the kind of fucked up that I'm not going to voluntarily spend my time thinking about, let alone addressing. You've got what I call six-figure problems, meaning the help you need comes only from people that get paid 6 figures to deal with it. And honey, that ain't me. Now, we don't virtue signal over here, but we also don't ignore true things. I'm not going to say that everything alleged in this case and every single testimonial, report, and complaint is undeniably true and no other explanation is possible, because I don't know that. Nobody knows that. I also won't deny that all the accused and even Blizzard itself deserve their day in court, however repugnant that might sound, because they absolutely do. But If you see all this shit and you don't think it's at least possible, let alone extremely likely that some, if not most of it's true, and you're either willfully ignorant, incredibly lucky, or just haven't spent any significant amount of time doing regular working class jobs with other normal people. Because sadly, anyone who has, I'm sure, seen more than their fair share of this kind of horror show firsthand, or even experienced some degree of it directly. I know I have. And trust, state departments, especially in states as large and wealthy as California, do not spend 2+ years building very serious legal cases if they don't have any merit. Now, I'm not suggesting you should simply take things like this at face value without any degree of skepticism, but yo, come on now. People in positions of power wielding that power in ways that perpetuate harmful situations or allow them to take advantage of and abuse the vulnerable or less fortunate is so commonplace now that it practically borders on parody. I know that. You know that. Normal people with normal relationships and even a minor amount of life experience will also know that if you combine lots of alcohol with people who haven't spent much time around women, let's say, it's extremely likely that you're going to have a fucking problem. That doesn't excuse inexcusable behavior, obviously, but rather, if anything, it's a further indictment of a management team that would even allow, let alone promote or encourage, employees getting smashed in the office. Like, I wouldn't think anyone needs to hear this, but apparently some do. Many. Don't get fucking wasted at work, shit dick.
Good old sex. What's wrong with that, huh? Everything, as a matter of fact, when it's unwelcome and when it occurs at work.
Work is not for trying to fuck. Get some friends, get a hobby, get a social life, and stop trying to shoot your shot where you work. God damn, like, how fucking pathetic do people need to be? Yeah, so anyways, this is all very bad, and if your reflexive reaction to a story like this is to immediately question the veracity of the statements from alleged victims or to defend the billion-dollar corrupt corporate institution over regular people, I hate to break it to you, but like, you're probably kind of shitty. Or at the very least, you have social skills you learn from social media instead of real life. I'm sure there are channels and content creators out there for you, but it ain't me, baby. And quick sidebar here before we move on. If you think this kind of cruel, disgusting company culture or workplace mistreatment is limited to the games industry, you're just fucking wrong. This kind of toxic and abusive culture is commonplace at any large company, regardless of the industry. Probably numerous small companies too. You just don't hear about it because no one gives a shit if some business in Foxville, Idaho is making employees work mandatory overtime, or if some huge paper company is rife with sexual harassment. But oh God, heaven forbid the people making our beloved murder simulators are mistreated. Then we need to write 1 billion articles about it and demand the whole entire internet rush to their defense. Now, it doesn't make any of this okay, obviously, but it is kind of willfully ignorant for all these people out here to behave as though this is a problem isolated to the games industry. It's only a problem at fucking Activision. No, it's just that people only care about it because it's the game industry, and that in and of itself is its own kind of disgusting. So moving on, I'm not going to waste everyone's time quoting from articles that you can read on your own or citing figures or examples from legal documents or court filings. For those of us that aren't deranged, this is not a debate. It's not a deposition. It's not case discovery being done by a first-year associate at a law firm. It's a fact. Blizzard is a fucking garbage company and has been for a long time. The same way lesions appearing on the skin of a body that's rotting from the inside are visible long before the body itself finally collapses, the signs of the sickness inside Blizzard have been there for years for anyone that cared enough to look for them. This is just another piece of straw in an already very large pile atop the back of a very sad camel who should have been allowed to die long ago. Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say, and if you've so much as Googled Blizzard even once in the past decade, you know there has been a fuck ton of smoke coming from there for years. This is simply the latest piece of a very large, increasingly tragic puzzle that when completed will say, fuck Blizzard. Now, this probably won't come as a surprise to you, but miserable, scared, tormented, unhappy people, they don't make good games. An abused workforce tends not to be operating at their creative peak, let's say. Are the allegations in this case the only reason Blizzard games have sucked since World of Warcraft? Of course not, but it's definitely part of the reason. It certainly didn't help or make them any better, or perhaps less worse would be a better way to put it. And now this just in, oh, J. Allen Brack, Mr. You think you do, but you don't. The current president has been fired. Good riddance, as far as I'm concerned. The global head of HR also been fired too, and again, fucking good. They're was really no other option here, and regardless of how much individual responsibility either of these people may or may not have had in this, I'm glad they're gone. Everybody should be glad they're gone. I don't care who they hired or promoted to take over the company. Doesn't fucking matter. Anyone who truly cared outside of the regular foot sloggers and regular devs are long gone, and any company culture or agenda with any degree of sincerity has long since been eradicated and replaced by corporate interests. And that will continue to ruin and corrupt any entertainment experience that shows even the slightest bit of potential coming out of Blizzard, either now or in the future, the same way they do at every other major company in the industry, as I've explained in countless videos at this point, ad nauseum. Blizzard have shown absolutely zero desire to continue innovating or create any more world-leading games over the years, and that's not going to change now or ever, regardless of who's in charge. The company that did all that is long since dead and buried. I mean, for fuck's sake, how much more evidence do people need? They have no respect for fans, no respect for customers, no respect for their developers, and now, as we're continuing to learn, no respect for their employees of any type. We said fuck Blizzard when they censored that Hong Kong player Blitzchung. We said fuck Blizzard when Warcraft 3 Reforged was fucking garbage. We've been saying fuck Blizzard since they revealed their intent to systematically ruin World of Warcraft. We said fuck Blizzard when they fired 800 people after a year of record profits. We said fuck Blizzard after they asked us if we had phones and pretended not to understand why no one wanted a goddamn Diablo mobile game. We said fuck Blizzard when they lied right to our face about BC Classic and introduced paid mounts and boosts. We said fuck Blizzard when Mike Morhaime and other beloved developers left. We've been saying fuck Blizzard for a real goddamn long time. Hopefully now people will finally listen and stop simping for this motherfucking pile of shit corporation. So for what I sincerely hope is the very last time, fuck you Blizzard, and fuck anyone who insists on continuing to defend them. Oh, and they just got hit with a second lawsuit. I mean, you know, maybe now's not the time, but once again, I told you so. That's our show. Thank you so much for watching. We love you today. We love you all the way. God damn, am I fucking sick of Blizzard? I'm sure most of you are too. I'm just worn out. Like, is it too much to ask for them to just fucking go away at this point? I'm so exhausted from hating them. I'm exhausted from seeing new articles pop up every day, either defending or condemning whatever new fresh hell world they've decided to bring down upon us. I'm exhausted from watching Asmongold reacts videos about their newest schemes to ruin our favorite games, and I'm exhausted from scrolling through a Reddit feed clogged with the same reposted idiot tweet from the same group of sycophantic morons. It's already bad enough we have to deal with 2K, EA, Ubisoft, Rockstar, Square Enix, and so on and so on. I just don't have the energy for any more destructive corporate bullshit. Please, Blizzard, we can't take it anymore. Just fuck off.